Your ancestor never had insomnia. Not because their life was easy. Because their body and the world around them were speaking the same language. A language that the modern world has almost completely silenced. That language is light. For the first 300,000 years of human existence, the day began with sunlight and ended with darkness. Your ancestor woke when the sky brightened and slept when it went dark. Their brain, specifically a tiny region called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, used that cycle of light and darkness to regulate almost every biological function. Body temperature. Cortisol levels. Melatonin production. Hunger. Alertness. Mood. All of it, running on a precise 24-hour internal clock calibrated daily by the rising and setting of the sun. Then someone invented the lightbulb. And the clock started drifting. Today you are exposed to artificial light from the moment you wake to the moment you close your eyes. Your phone glows. Your ceiling glows. Your screens glow. And every photon of that light lands on the back of your retina and sends a signal directly to the brain that says the same thing, over and over, regardless of what time it actually is. It is still daytime. Stay awake. Your brain believes it. It has no choice. It evolved to trust light above almost everything else. And so it suppresses melatonin. It keeps cortisol elevated. It holds your nervous system in a state of low-level readiness long past the point when your body needed to be ready for anything. You lie in bed and wonder why you cannot sleep. Your brain is not broken. It is following instructions from a world that forgot to tell it the sun went down. But light is only part of what your ancestor had that you have lost. They also had stillness. Not the stillness of doing nothing. The stillness of a world that went genuinely quiet after dark. No notifications. No unread messages. No background noise from a television in the next room. When the fire died down and the group settled, the sensory environment dropped close to silence. And in that silence, the nervous system did something it rarely gets to do anymore. It completed. Neuroscientist Andrew Huberman has described sleep not just as rest but as a processing system. The brain during sleep is not switched off. It is actively sorting, filing, and making sense of everything the day contained. Emotional regulation. Memory consolidation. Physical repair. All of it happens in the hours after the world goes dark. But that processing requires a specific entry condition. The nervous system has to feel safe enough to release the day. In your ancestors' world, that release happened naturally. The darkness came. The group was close. The threats of daylight were behind them. The body understood that it was time to let go. In your world, the darkness never fully comes. And so the nervous system never fully lets go. It stays partially online. Partially alert. Partially holding everything together just in case something else needs attending to. You wake up tired not because you did not sleep enough hours but because the hours you slept were spent in a nervous system that never fully arrived at rest. Your ancestors slept deeply because the world around them gave their body permission to. So what do you do with this? You cannot remove electricity. You cannot eliminate screens. But you can begin to rebuild the conditions your brain needs to recognize that the day is over. In the last hour before sleep, reduce the light around you. Not to darkness but toward it. Dim the screens. Lower the overhead lights. Let the visual environment begin to signal what it signaled for 300,000 years before you. That the day is ending. That it is safe to release it. Put the phone in another room. Not because you lack discipline. Because your brain cannot distinguish between a notification and a threat. Every buzz is a question your nervous system feels compelled to answer. Give it an hour of not being asked. And sit in something close to quiet. Not to meditate perfectly. Just to let the day finish. To let the nervous system find the edge of the day and step over it. Your ancestor did not have a sleep routine. They had a world that created one for them automatically. You have to build it yourself. But the biology is still there. The system still works exactly the way it always did. It is just waiting for you to tell it that the sun has gone down.